Hey you 70s cult members. I will now be ranking the solo discography of English prog rock aficionado Steven Wilson. Enjoy! Number 8 is To the Bone. There is a lot of great songs on this album and it overall isn't bad, it's just he's trying to do a lot of different styles and it overall doesn't gel well together. But I will admit, his pop leanings are very enjoyable. The track I'd recommend is Permeating. Number 7 is the Harmony Codex. An interesting mix of prog rock with electronic and krautrock, it sees him delving into more atmospheric territory. Again, not a bad album, nothing overly gripping. A very interesting listen. The track I'd recommend is Impossible Tightrope. Number 6 is Insurgente. His first solo album, but with the experience of multiple bands and projects behind him, it sees him exploring all the sounds he did with his whole discography. While it doesn't flow overly well, the songwriting and atmospheric moments are pulled off pretty well. The track I'd recommend is Significant Other. Number 5 is The Future Bites. His abandonment of his prog rock side and fully embracing art rock aesthetics, it was a very interesting concept with surprisingly enjoyable material. The overall concept works well and has some pretty great lyrics with only a smidgen of cringe. Also it has Elton John narrating a list of expensive items. That's worth a listen at least. The track I'd recommend is King Ghost. Number 4 is The Overview. His triumphant return to his progressive rock roots, it sees him conceptually spread his sound over just 2 long tracks. Great use of dramatic compositions and atmospheric moments. The concept is pretty vast too, with Steven's sparse lyrics painting a vivid picture. The track I'd recommend is Objects Outlive Us. Number 3 is The Raven That Refused to Sing, and Other Stories. This album saw Steven experiment with the typical prog sound and blend in elements of jazz and post-rock to create a lot of very interesting musical pieces. The emotional range is very expansive, with eclectic musicianship and great arrangements. The track I'd recommend is The Raven That Refused to Sing. Number 2 is Hand, Cannot Erase. His first solo concept album, it sees him tackling a pretty bleak but overall creative topic based on the death of Joyce Carol Vincent. Lyrically it's sparse, not really giving a proper narrative but fragments of a person's life leading up to their mysterious death, but that's very much where the content meets the form because there's so little known about the woman it's based on. There's an incredibly morose melancholy on this album that is contrasted by some of his most beautiful compositions. The track I'd recommend is Routine, and I'd recommend watching the music video for this song. In my opinion, the best Steven Wilson album is Grace for Drowning. I think when it comes to the many sides of Steven's work, this is very much a full smorgasbord of what he has to offer. Very dark atmospheres and colors, very unsettling sounds interpolated with some of his most beautiful almost soundtrack-like work. When it comes to an artist expressing all sides of them, this double album pretty much hits on the head. Also the lineup of musicians he plays with on this is like a Guess Who of prog talent. The track I'd recommend is Postcard. Thanks for watching. Recommend another artist for me to do this with, or else I will get Mr. Wilson to mix the audio of your mum and dad having sex in surround sound.